It is such a beautiful feeling that today we've come to share again something I call a theory of understanding. Today we're going to learn about theories regarding to personal confidence. Remember, in all these episodes we've tried to cover, we are looking at personal confidence, personal motivation, self-belief, and all that. And I am so glad today that at least we are going to be sharing something new. It might be not so new to some of us, but at least some others out there it can sound new. In so many occasions, in so many times, we find ourselves not really able to come up and visually understand the theories that bring up to speed or bring us up to speed to personal confidence and self-motivation as well as self-belief. If we're trying to look into that, there is something you shouldn't forget that we always have to put into considerations, because when we are listening to these episodes or we are listening to this information, we get to learn something out of them. And I'm very sure towards the close of the episode or towards the end of the episode, you'll be able, you're always able to pick something, one or two, that you can follow and make a change in your life. Well, if we are to start, we all know if someone who radiates self-confidence, think about one of these people that you know in the workplace. What is it that their self-confidence, self-belief and assurance helps them to achieve? Are they more willing to take on responsibilities, at ease around their superiors, and able to admit when they have made a mistake? So at this juncture, in this episode or segment, we will examine the differences between self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-efficacy, as well as why each one is important in the workplace. Today we are going to look more how we can socialize ourselves into our workplaces, because our workplaces most of the times do challenge our motivations and self-confidence, if you didn't know about that, because you're meeting new communities with new different personalities. You meet people with different characters, with the different hospitalities and all that. Now, think about someone at the workplace who does not have a lot of self-confidence. They might be shy, reserved, not willing to get into conversations, and I'm sure at some point in most of the workplaces we tend to get to find such people. People who are not willing to get into conversations, people who doesn't want to know. I remember one time when I was in high school, we got a newcomer, a new joinee, and we always wanted, basically me, I always wanted to have a conversation with him, and the guy was like, he wasn't ready, you know. So we tend to find those people mostly who don't care to get into any of the conversations around him or her. So where they might have to speak to their superiors or speak in front of others, they might appear unhappy in the workplace, at least not very excited about what is it that they are doing. Can you see how self-confidence might be important to people in being successful at work? Do we get something? According to physiological research, you know, those who are good at making research and paying attention to research, there are several theories regarding how a person's self-confidence is important to their well-being and their ability to function in the world at the fullest potential. So if you don't know that, please get to know. And this is something that no one is going to teach you, but it's you yourself to embrace it in yourself, in your mind, in your organization, as a person, and bring it up front such that you get to help by yourself. So today, we will look at the differences between self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-efficacy, and theories about why each is important in the workplace. What should we start with? I think let's try to start with the self-confidence. Yeah, we will talk about this not until we get to learn more about it. We will talk about self-confidence not until we get to understand why is it very important in our lives. Self-confidence can be boiled down to the belief that a person has it in their ability to succeed at a task. Sorry, not a risk, but at a task. You know, I repeat, self-confidence can be boiled down to the belief that a person has it in their ability to succeed at a task. We all have different tasks we have to accomplish in a day. We find ourselves having many or less tasks we have to manage in a day. But if you don't have that confidence in you, you can end up achieving zero at the end of the day. And I think that's not always one to, you know, based on whether or not they have been able to perform the task in the past. However, there are actually two aspects of self-confidence. The first is competence, whether or not you have the necessary skills and abilities to complete a task. The second is self-assurance, and whether or not you believe that you have the ability to accomplish the task. So you can see some of the things always move together. You know, you can see competence is moving with the self-assurance, because we always have to assure ourselves, we always have to believe that at least we can do this, we can do that. If you set yourself tasks like 10 in number or 8 in numbers, and in a day you've tried to accomplish 7 of them and one has remained, then that means, yeah, you have tried to push yourself to the gas pedal. And that will help you, you know, to be that person always we talk about you ever wanted to be. Instead of being there whining, instead of being there holding your cheek, hey, I can't be able to do this, A, B, C, D, Z. No, you are able. Try to put yourself into that element. Bring that element of self-assurance and good competency in you. Then you will be exactly who you ever wanted to be. Because one, you have self-confidence. Two, you have that assurance in yourself that you can manage all the tasks you've set yourself in a day, or in a year, or in a month. Let's try to embrace the ability, the habit of designing ourselves a work plan, an achievable work plan. And the more you happen to do that, the more you will see how beautiful life is. You know? Because remember, there are two aspects of self-confidence: competence, or whether all known to you purpose, or known to you possesses the needed skills to achieve something, and self-assurance, or whether unknown to you believe that you have the ability to achieve it. That statement is in quotes. You can make a rewind to listen to it again. But it is very crucial. There are two aspects of self-confidence: competence, or whether unknown to you possesses the needed skills to achieve something, and self-assurance, or whether you know or not you believe that you have the ability to achieve it. Think about this for a moment. You might have been trained in interviews, but you might not feel comfortable in interviews. In this case, you would have the competence but lack the self-assurance, or the self-confidence, or the self-belief. On the other hand, you could believe that you have the ability to do something but not have the skills to actually carry it through. In this case, you are very self-assured, but you don't have the competence to do the job. True. Self-confidence occurs when both competence and self-assurance are in balance with each other. Self-confidence has been shown to be important in recovery from injury, overcoming setbacks, and moving through negative experiences in life. Someone with self-confidence has a belief that they will be able to recover, move past the negative, and again experience the positive. In the business world, self-confidence functions in much the same way. It enables an employee to recover from setbacks and challenges and continuing to move forward. But we've seen very many people out there in the workspace feeling being left alone in the midst of a jungle just because someone is being fired from the workplace, from his desired job, from his ever-dreamed job, and that person is like, no, I cannot achieve this. So brothers and sisters out there, we can make these things quicker. We can make these things achievable. We can make these things live. Just sit down, think about them, try to relay and reflect, on something that can be of a meaning to your life. This is Choose a Life, a platform that is there for you. Never hold on to following us. We will always try to keep you posted. I thank you very much. My name is Mtebi Ivan Jr., who has taken you through this lovely episode. I sign out. Bye-bye.